Hi everyone, it is time for a new video, and clearly I have a very different background. I hope it looks okay. If you didn't know, I just moved out and I moved to a new apartment and I'm living alone in an apartment for the first time. Today I'm really excited to bring you this video because I'm going to be talking about some of my recent reads. It is basically mainly books I read in March. And not all of them though. The whole month almost I was like kind of reading but not filming, not reading as much as I normally would, but I still have quite a lot of super exciting books to talk to you about. So the first book that I need to talk to you about is The Royals Next Door by Karina Halle. So yes, I read a physical book and I feel like I've really been making progress in the way that I like feel and think about physical reading, and I've just really found my love for it because I just really enjoy it. But for so long, like I mentioned it in so many videos, I was just like putting too much pressure on it because I was just reading mainly audiobooks and ebooks, and I wanted to get to my physical TBR and read physical books, but it was just like not working out. And then I like forced it too much, but as I was like not filming, I didn't really feel the pressure, and so then I just wanted to read this book and like other books, and so it was amazing. And now I honestly just want to keep reading other physical books. But anyways, this book is an adult contemporary romance, and it was super fun, super cute, and I really enjoyed it. So before reading this book, I basically knew nothing. The only thing that I knew is that I like Karina Halle. So I read, I think, actually only one book by her. No, two books. The Hot Italian Summer, I think is the name, and then The Nordic King, which I read years ago, but I adored and I really want to reread that one. Then I basically also heard some hints of this being a bodyguard romance, but it's not really a bodyguard romance. Well, it has a bodyguard element, but not in the sense that the hero is the heroine's bodyguard. It's that the hero is a bodyguard, but he is a bodyguard to a royal couple that moves in next door to the heroine. And so the two of them basically meet like nearby the property because the hero is like, you can't go here, whatever. They kind of start off on the wrong foot, and it's kind of like, I would say, dislike to love, and also kind of grumpy sunshine. And it is also set on this like small island, so it has those like small town, small place vibes, and it was just really fun and really cute. I was really invested, and I haven't read a book quite like this, and I just really want to read more bodyguard romances of any kind. So yeah, I just really enjoyed this. I ended up giving it 4 stars, I think, and it was just really great. I feel like this would be a great book to read on like for like the summer or whatever, but it worked perfectly fine in March as well, and I just really enjoyed it. So I have my laptop here to look at some other things that I read that were not physical books. So the next book I read was Stuck With You by Ali Hazelwood. If you didn't know, Ali Hazelwood basically is putting up these 3 novellas this year that come out on audio first, and then I think like maybe 2 months later they come out as like ebooks and physical books, I think. And so if you can't listen to audiobooks, unfortunately, like it's not available in a different format yet, but if you do love audiobooks and you listen to them, then you absolutely need to check it out. But if you don't, I think you should definitely add it to your TBR because I loved this. So this is the second one. I read the first one when it came out, basically like the next day. So Stuck With You has such a fun dynamic. That's basically that the 2 main characters kind of had, like there was a spark between them. They spent the night together. It was just amazing. Then basically the heroine is like, he bailed on me, he stopped talking to me, and then they get stuck in an elevator together. So it's kind of told in flashbacks. I absolutely loved it. It just worked so well. Like the connection between them was so strong, the chemistry was amazing, the whole vibe of it. It was just so fun and I adored every bit of it. And if you didn't know, forced proximity is also one of my absolute favorite tropes. So I love anything that has to do with it, and it was just so perfectly done in here. So I absolutely recommend it. Go listen to it or add it to your TBR. Then I read Home Field Advantage by Dahlia Adler, which was actually an ARC. So this is not out yet. It's coming out on June 7th. So I made a vlog where I was catching up on my NetGalley score. I absolutely loved that vlog. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna link it down below. I loved making it so much. I am going to work on part 2 very soon, but I just kind of picked this one up because I felt like I didn't have a strong desire to vlog it. So I was like, I'm just gonna read it, without vlogging it. And I honestly am kind of glad I did, because I didn't end up fully loving this book and I don't fully know how to put it into words, but I'm going to try a little bit. So this is a YA contemporary romance. It is sapphic and it's a sports romance. So it's basically between Amber, who's a cheerleader, and Jack, who's a new quarterback. So she ends up joining the boys football team, and she is just so good at it. She is a total badass. But all the boys on the team are kind of annoyed with her and mean to her because the last quarterback basically kind of passed away, and they're sad and angry and frustrated and whatever. And so a big part of the story is that misogyny and bullying, basically. They're just they treat Jack like shit, and that is one part of the story. And it's also basically the whole cheerleading team as well. As the two of them get closer, which kind of there's nothing specific that happens, they just obviously are near each other because cheerleading and football and whatever. As they get closer, Amber obviously isn't mean to her, but she's also struggling to stand up for her because she wants to be the captain of the cheerleading team and in their next year, and she feels that would jeopardize it. And so that was I feel it was realistic and it made kind of sense, and it wasn't entirely horrible in every single way, but it still left a bitter taste in my mouth because I just wanted her to protect Jack and stand up for her, and it was just really painful to watch. And so those were things that I didn't fully love about it. And then I feel the romance was just kind of underdeveloped for me. It didn't fully work for me, but that being said, I did give it 3 stars, which isn't a bad rating. I didn't fully I didn't completely hate it. It was still super easy to read, and it was really engaging, and I did care about the characters, and there were some fun dynamics between not only the main couple, but there's also a nice friendship along the side. So I didn't completely hate it, and I don't want to say for you to not read this book, especially because it's an ARC, and so if you like sports romances and you're looking for a sapphic version of it, and you like the thought of a popular cheerleader and an outcast quarterback being together, then I would recommend you check it out. Even though it didn't fully work for me, I don't want to say that I don't recommend it. So that is that. The next book that I read is A Stroke of Luck by Nicole Falls, which is a St. Patrick's Day novelette, and it's literally 50 pages, I think. And I don't think I'm going to say anything about it because it is literally so short, and it's just a fun, wow, there's a lot of birds. It's just a fun, steamy, short little story that was just really fun and super quick to read. And that's honestly all that I need to say about it. It's on Kindle Unlimited. If that sounds good to you, check it out. I don't care for St. Patrick's Day in any shape or form. I don't celebrate it. I don't honestly even know what it is. But if you like the thought of reading something like that, honestly, I doubt you're going to be reading it for the St. Patrick's Day anyway. Just maybe check it out. Then I read I Think I Might Want You by Christina C. Jones. So in my last Blackathon vlog that came out a month late, I read the first 2 books in this series. Absolutely adored the first and didn't really like the second one. But I'm happy to tell you I really loved I Think I Might Want You. So I gave it 4.5 stars, so it wasn't a full 5-star. I didn't fully love it to the intense level that I did the first book, but I enjoyed it so much. and I absolutely recommend it. It was just like, it was just so fun, and I feel like that is a word I use so much, but like, it is a feeling that I seek a lot. I just want books that are chill and fun and lighthearted, and you know, like, so it's obviously like a pattern in what I read. It's about Gemma and Levi. The two of them immediately have a really strong connection, and you know, there's just like sparks fly between them, and they're so attracted to each other. Gemma is an author. She's like a travel author and like does different things like that, and she wrote in her book about this guy that she hooked up with when she was traveling, and it was absolutely amazing. And so she fondly thinks about him, and then they run into each other because he actually moves next door to her family, and so like that puts him back into her life. And she does not do relationships. She's absolutely against anything serious because she loves to travel. She wants that freedom. She doesn't want to be tied down in any way. And so that is like a big thing that holds her back. But obviously they keep on track, like, you know, they keep trying to resist each other, but they can't. And it is just such a fun time. Absolutely loved the dynamic and how much they actually like worked together. Because you know, like how like Gemma had the like hesitation and whatever about relationships, but like the way that it works between them, the dynamic and everything, and like how Levi treats her and all of that is so perfect and so healthy, and it like makes the perfect sense that like a romance between them would work and is the best thing for the two main characters. And it was just so good, and it's actually also a novella, and it's a novella that is 134 pages. So if you want something that you're going to fly through, that has a strong, wonderful relationship, and it's steamy and fun and just so easy to fly through, you absolutely need to check it out. And absolutely do check out the first book as well. So I also did not like, again, I did not like the second, but like the series as a whole, I absolutely recommend, and it's on Kindle Unlimited, so definitely check it out. Speaking of Kindle Unlimited, I also read Before I Do by Shay Sanders, which is a novelette. Flew through it. I was just really craving something super short because obviously, you know, like I was around people, and while I still manage to read even when I'm with people, it is kind of harder to focus on something really long. But this, you know, was perfect for that. And so the two main characters are engaged, and it's basically like, I don't even know what else I should say about this book. It's just like a fun, steamy little novella. Like a little side note that actually like the author does write this at the beginning of the book, but I think like the thing is basically, I don't fully know. I don't think this whole series is about this couple, but there are multiple books about this couple in this series. So it's basically like you can read them as standalones, but I would kind of recommend to read them in order, I think, because like while I enjoyed this book, I gave it 4 stars. It was just a fun, easy time. I do think I would enjoy it more if I had the context of something at least that was before. So I think I'm going to go back and read some of the other stuff, but if you do check it out, then I think it will be better to read those before this. But yeah, and then last but by no means least, I actually read another physical book, and that was Girl Gone Viral by Alisha Rai. So I have had this book on my TBR for a really long time, and when I was packing and leaving, I looked at it, I was like, you know what, I have to take it with me, because I just really had the whole time that I've had this book, I had a really strong feeling that I would adore it. So this one was the last one that I had left in the series. Alisha Rai is absolutely one of my all-time favorite authors, and so I had really high hopes for this, but then I heard some kind of like mixed reviews, and that kind of like held me back from reading it for a long time, and I wasn't sure, you know, like how to feel about it and whatever. And I felt like it was perfect to read it just on my own without vlogging, because I forgot, you know, anyone else's opinions, and I just enjoyed the book for myself. And it wasn't entirely like a 5-star, but I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. I loved it. And so this is actually another bodyguard romance, but in this case, the hero is actually the heroine's bodyguard, and the heroine basically goes viral for like a meaningless cafe situation where this guy just sits next to her, and yes, they have a conversation and like kind of flirt a little bit, but there's nothing actually going on there, but someone live tweets it in the coffee shop, and then it goes viral, and it's actually like a really uncomfortable situation for the heroine because it's super important, like privacy and all of that is super important to her. There are some things that happened in the past that just like make her super careful in those ways. And so this is, really horrible. And so she ends up escaping with our hero to like his childhood home. And so he also like reconnects with some of his family members, and it is just so wonderful. I loved it so much. It was just so like sweet and lovely and soft, and it's basically friends to lovers and forced proximity, which like what more could I ask for, and a bodyguard situation. So it was just like all the tropes that I love, and it was just so good. I don't fully know what like makes it not fully a 5-star for me. There was just like a little something missing, but I absolutely loved it. It was just so fun, and I definitely recommend it. So I'm so happy that I finally read it. It was just the perfect comfort read, and there are some amazing friendships as well that the heroine Katrina has with like the other two main characters from the first and third book, which was just really sweet, and especially because like I read the first and third book, I know them. So these are all the books that I read recently. I am definitely going to be starting some exciting reading vlogs really soon. There are so many that I want to start, and so I'm going to be sharing some of the new things that I read in those with you. But yeah, I hope that, again, this background wasn't too bad. You can also kind of see my sweatpants. Um, And I, again, need to figure it out, make it work, but I'm super excited to vlog here with you and film, and yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, leave a cloud emoji down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're excited for all the content that's coming, because I'm really excited to create, especially because I took a break from filming. I'm just ready to film more. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye!